What's up, YouTube? This posting is about BET show Baldwin Hills. I'm not sure if anybody watches the show, but I watched this season, which is its second season and its first season. I have a younger sister who's in her teenage years, and she watches the show. So we both watch and we both talk about what's going on, because a lot of the shit that is happening in their world is actually happening in hers too. For those who don't know, Baldwin Hills is like the show The Hills on MTV, but pretty much it's just about young black teens still in high school, and it's about, you know, their life stories. But the twist is, you have kids from Baldwin Hills, which is an upscale area in the LA area, the LA region of Southern California, where well-to-do black people live. You have a lot of athletes, not necessarily major athletes, but you know, athletes, a lot of actors, not superstar actors, but a lot of B-range, C-range actors, you know, doctors and lawyers. It's not upscale, it's like upper middle class, to be really accurate with it. So you have people from that background there. You have those kids from the show. You have kids who come from your traditional lower middle class. My dad's a cop, my mom's a nurse, my mom's a teacher type environment. You got kids from there. Keep in mind, some households have both parents, some have single. So it's a good mix. And they have kids from the hood. Not too many, because the show is called Baldwin Hills. But you have kids who come from your traditional LA background, but who are well-to-do. All the kids on the show are pretty much well-to-do. So I do give BET credit for that. But, so we watched the season finale, and actually it took place before the season finale. But one of the characters, I forgot her name, but she's a girl. And she's the ones that come from the bottom, where, you know, she doesn't really come from money. So she has to hustle, go to school, and work, and do what she has to do. Alright, and she was on both seasons too. She was on season 1 and season 2. Season 1, I thought they did a good job of portraying her struggles, and she was like the strongest character on the show. And as far as how she carried herself, and what she stood for, and what she put up with, and what she didn't. But in this season, they kind of fucked up, and BET kind of really fucked up, and kind of reestablished the whole young girl has baby with deadbeat. Now, she has a boyfriend on the show, and they don't really say his age, but anybody who's watched the show, the guy looks like 26, 25 at the best. And he's wearing, in a lot of episodes, he's wearing colorful hoodies. Now, I have nothing wrong with colorful hoodies, but if you're over 21, and if you don't work in the entertainment industry or the rap industry, you never should be wearing colorful hoodies. I'm sorry. We can talk about this later, but you gotta grow up sometimes. So in every episode, you see this 25, 26-year-old man with a hoodie, right? And this is her boyfriend. Now, they get a place together. Kind of, she moves in with him, and he's living with his mom. There's nothing wrong with living with your mom if you're getting your shit together. So maybe he's getting his shit together, I don't know. But it seems like she willingly moved in with him and his mom and whoever was living with them, blah blah blah. And she starts complaining about how she wants to get out, as if she didn't really like it, she can come back and live with her original mom, who was also part of the show. So, to cut a long story short, she ends up, you know, nagging this dude, and they get an apartment together. Keep in mind, she's pregnant. And the day they move into the apartment, she tells the dude that she's pregnant. And the look he gave on his face did not indicate that he wanted that child. He even insisted that she gets an abortion. Low-key. He didn't do it. If you watch the episode again, he kind of did it low-key with his reaction. And once again, to speed it up, the season finale ended with her having a kid. Not necessarily her having a kid, but pretty much her saying that she's keeping a baby, and she found out it was a boy. So season 2 ended with one of the strongest black chicks ending up moving into an apartment with a dude I'm not sure is a deadbeat. She's not married. She's 19 years old, and she has a kid, and he's gonna be a boy. And they're already living in LA, which is a rough, it's a tough place to raise a kid just because of a lot of influences. Now, I'm from Southern Cali, and I got cousins and family, so it can be done. But she has knowingly put herself in a fucked up situation. Her mom didn't even advise her against it. I don't even know if it's a real mom, but even the mom kind of went along with it. When she told her mom that she was pregnant, the mom didn't even raise hell. When the mom found out she was living with her boyfriend in her mom's house, in her boyfriend's mom's house, the mom didn't raise hell. And I know this is TV, but I thought the show did a good job of kind of trying to be real. And they fucking dropped the ball with this character. Like I said, I know this is all... The pregnancy seemed real, so this shit probably did happen. I don't think you can fake all that much. So the show kind of dropped the ball in the sense that it just fucking reestablished a young black girl being a single mother, and how she's now trying to compel a dude to step his game up. I'm not even trying to hate on this dude, by no means. But by no means was he even ready to probably move out with her in the first place and have a child. This girl told this dude the second they weren't even done unpacking that she was pregnant, and this dude gave her a look like you couldn't even act that look. That was a true look. For all my brothers out there, that brother gave her a true fucking look like, what the fuck, you're not keeping this kid. This dude looked like he was 25, 26. He wasn't trying to have shit. And the show dropped the ball because they turned one of the strongest characters on the show to your typical chick who made a fucking tremendous mistake, a life-changing mistake, and she fucking doesn't even know it. She's not even in the ballpark. Her own mama doesn't even know it. And that's crazy. Even my sister was like, what the fuck? I mean, I know you haven't watched the show, but you really should watch the show, because it really, not for the entertainment value, but just so you can, really see how some of these young kids think. Because I really like the show, and they have a lot of good characters. I don't have a problem with any of the characters on the show. It's actually one of the more positive shows that BET's ever had. But they dropped the ball. They showed the girl from the hood, and they stereotyped it to the point where it's ridiculous. All the other girls who come from who are rich and come from the middle class are kind of doing their thing. They're going to school, they're going to college, they're studying, they're doing what they need to do. But they take the girl from the hood, who's probably the strongest out of all the characters, male or dudes, and she has a kid. She's not married. She's living with the boyfriend, who's 25, 26, still wearing colorful hoodies. And she's pregnant. I mean, what the fuck is that? I mean, if I was a parent, I'd be disgusted, and I would order my child not to watch this show. And it's ridiculous. It really is. And it was just okay. Like, the way it was portrayed as if it was the thing to do. And the sad thing is, if anybody's like really stays up on the show, on last season, this same girl had a friend who was pregnant. I even think she was younger. And she was helping her with her baby. And she was even on some shit where, oh no, I don't know if I can handle this shit. This might be too much for me. And I'm like, good for you, good for you. And then to turn it around and do a 180 in season 2 and have her have a kid, and to be a boy at that, I'm like, damn. The fucking father wasn't even at the ultrasound. I mean, how sad is that? Really, that shit is real disheartening. Because it was a really strong show, but they fucking dropped the ball. Like, the show really, I felt like it sent a strong message that you can be young, black, and still do what you have to do. And that's what I love about the show, just on that premise alone. And they completely undermined the whole point of the show. when they did this to this girl. I don't even know if it's real or not, because that whole pregnancy is real. I don't know if you can stage that shit. And the dude's reaction when she told him that she was pregnant, you couldn't fake that kind of reaction. Or this dude is the best actor that we'll never know, because his look was just like, what the fuck. And then any of the dudes out there have been through that pregnancy scare shit, like, I was feeling him completely on that fucking look. You couldn't stage that shit. So, to cut a long story short, once again, BET fails. And I'll talk about BET later. But anyway, so if you watch the show, or you just have thoughts, man, let me know how you feel, because it's really interesting. I know it's TV, I know it's entertainment, but, I mean, fuck. When does it stop? Please.